The comments and complaints are totally welcome, just maybe afterwards, because we only have 15 minutes. Unless it's mamash to like fear what I said and say something right away. Okay, we're calling the shmuz, don't step on the street you walk on. In Gemara terms, that would be... Yeah, very good. So now, any more? No. Okay. So I want to start, the minute gets to say on the parsha, so we're going to start on this parsha. And then just led into, it's funny, I came in, it came into Hakoras Hatov. This week's parsha, it says, Vayishal Yaakov Malachim. Rashi says Malachim Mamish, even if you don't do Rashi's in the parsha. The first Rashi, maybe we made a kabbalah to start doing Rashi's. And there's another bit, Ramesh brings down, I guess it's a medrash that it could have been people. Not people, it could have been people, yeah. So the question is, why would he have sent malachim? It would use up this chosin, real malachim, and also if it was people, why did it say malachim? So Ramesh says that by Yaakov there was no difference. Teva, Nes, everything is the same thing. Everything is the same thing. He wasn't using up the chosin, and the people were called malachim. It's all this interchangeable for him. Teva and Nes were all the same. He says that by Chizkiah almost he almost got killed by some chayrev, but then he also got sick. Said he was supposed to be Mashiach. He lost Mashiach because he didn't say Shira. And it says afterwards that the Aretz said Shira, like Gemara in Sanhedrin, Tzadik Dal, I think. And the Aretz said Shira in that statement. I think he was able to be Mashiach. I don't know exactly what it means. So the question is, what does it mean the Aretz said Shira? So he said the Aretz is Teva. The Teva said Shira. The Teva was saying that the reason why he didn't say Shira, this is very important, you said, the reason why he didn't say Shira was because for him everything was Teva and Nes were the same thing. So if he would have said Shira and Nes, that would be showing that, there's a big Nes happened to him. But the Ramban says that you're supposed to look at from the Nisim, including the Nisim Nistar. Everything, they're Nisim, they're called. And the last thing, he said, Chanukah, like Rabbi Chaim Dais it wasn't taken away from his Bechira, because he saw when the Shem was lit, the vinegar was the same exact thing. For us, at least we were telling everybody, wow, you saw we had vinegar lit, it stayed lit 8 days, we biggest nice possible, we're going crazy, telling everyone, we'll think we're the God of our and this happened to us, like that. So I want to say, what does that have to do with Hakoras Hatov? What does it mean? If when an ace happens, everyone agrees that's Tov. That's, wow, I got saved, I flew out of the window, and I landed in a pool of water, and I got saved. Mamash, the biggest ace. The guy walks across the street on Shmon Nova, he doesn't say it's an ace, except when the cars speed up, when he's running by the Malvar or something, it gets a little, maybe there is an ace for him. But the point is, Hakoras Hatov recognize the good, recognize what you're getting. I was just it's a word, it'd save you a lot of money by the psychology, but people would be much happier if they realize what good they're getting. If they don't realize what good, they're expecting things, they expect the food to be ready, they expect everything, so that nothing good could happen to the guy. He's supposed to cross the street and not get hit by a bus. No, the bus driver doesn't care about you. He has to run, he has to go, close the door on the guy while he's halfway on the bus. It doesn't make a difference to him. He's doing what he has to do. So, I just want to say, where does it say in the Torah that there is a Hakoras Hatov, a proof? So it said, Adam Ayin Labras Adam. It said the reason why it didn't rain is the third day the trees and grass were underground. They didn't come up until Adam was there. So it's the Farish in the Chumash Rashi that you have to have Hakoras Hatov. And it says, Gemara says, I think, if you give someone a tov and he doesn't have proper Hakoras Hatov, it's like you threw Evan to Markulis or Yavad Zara. So this I just asked my grandfather. I wanted a deeper understanding. I think he thought I was maybe going crazy because he just told me. I asked him, what do you want to say about Hakoras Hatov? He said, first of all, it's Ratz and Abari. Unless you're talking to a guy that's an atheist and he's asking if you're allowed to steal, maybe yes, maybe not. Who said Ratz and Hashem is to be maktiv with Yanim, to give back good. If someone does you a favor, you're good. That's a simple understanding without anything fancy. But I just want to get a little deeper in. I want to say this is the midah of alafta b'dracha. When somebody is makir tov, there was this person Shlomi Gross. They wrote a book about him, Shlomi, in the art school, and he used to give a lot of tzedakah. And the kids, a lot of these people used to come to they came to Hashem Brachas and place with his daughter, and they all got a chance to speak. Every time Mashiach would speak, he would sit up in front of the guy and listen, soak everything in, take everything in. Somebody came over to him, he said, you're really such a bug guy, but you need the Mishloach to make you feel good? He said, no, the Mishloach, I have no way to pay me back. They have no money, obviously, there's no way to pay him back. So the only thing I can do is show that appreciate their Hakoras Hatov. So what I took out of that is, what is Hakoras Hatov? Giving back. It takes you from a taker. When you take something, you give back Hakoras Hatov, you become a giver. You gave the person something, you gave the guy a hug, you can give him a plaque, you said a nice thing about to make the guy feel good, whatever it is. And that's Mamash Alafta B'dracha. And Rabbi Abraham says, his father always says, a giver is a liver and a taker is a faker. Fine, let's pick up 10 minutes, so I still have more time to say. So I wanted to say a mashal of like the chiv of Hakoras Hatov and how much good we be'etzim get. I said a mashal, the guy gets a stroke, wakes up, 7 o'clock, just barely wakes up. That's it. The only thing he can do is he's up. That's it. He can wink maybe, and that's it. No one can talk to him everything. He gets a dream. And Hashem says, I can make you see, I can make you hear, I can make you talk, everything. He said, okay, so no. He said, no, we tried this once, so now we're making a deal with you. You have to look in the right place, you have to talk, say the right thing, no Lashon Hara, you can't make people feel bad at this. He has a whole family, he didn't marry off half his kids. You think he would say, yeah, about he would say yes. So I said, you know when this deal took place? By Har Sinai. We agreed to this deal. So Kafalim Hakigigis. So we were forced, okay. We were forced, not too bad, we got forced. And we agreed to it. And I said, when is this Nageh? It's only Nageh by Har Sinai. It says, Asher Nechim Mitzavcha Hayom. You have to remember, Ki'ilu Hayom Nitna, like the Torah was given everything. Not just Mother, there's a Ramban, you don't forget what happened from Mashro and Necha by Har Sinai. It's not just the Torah itself. How Har Sinai, Kafalim Hakigigis, remember that. Imagine you just got back your eyesight. How excited you would be. You wouldn't just start looking everywhere. But what is it? We just take it for granted. We got it all. We have it for the last 10 years. We have a chazaka 20 years. Most people don't go blind. Everything is going to be mun. Why weren't you being marketed properly? As a Maisa with there's millions of Maisa with the marketed. My grandfather told me a story about a Pam. I guess he was inspired from it. It's 85, still getting inspired from these stories. That Rapam got a Shalf Manas, and in the Shalf Manas, the lady sent a poem. So Rapam's Rebbetzin read it, and Rapam read it, because when the guy was coming around for Shabbos, saying Good Shabbos, he said, tell your wife that me and the Rebbetzin loved the poem, and his mom was beautiful and everything. And then the guy came again the next week, and maybe he knew the guy didn't say anything to his wife. He told him again, make sure you tell your wife, and thank you very much. With Rapam, what poem did he write to Rapam? I can't even imagine what it was. That was so, he loved it so. He also, Rapam was extreme in Hakoras Hatov. He got a gallbladder surgery, and the guy gave him surgery. He was once going to Lakewood. He said, does this Dr. Gershbaum, have any relatives that I could, give them Hakoras Hatov? And he said, yeah, he has a nephew here. A nephew already was enough. He wants to give him back Hakoras Hatov. I read it in the book of Let There Be Rain. It's a very nice book about Hakoras Hatov. Wallace, Finkelman. Okay, that's Hakoras Hatov, basically to the Bar Shalom, a little bit to people. And I just want to talk about animals. Yaakov Avinu, it says Yaakov made sukkahs. So the question that they ask, why did he name the place after sukkahs? Because he made sukkahs for his animals, and what did he make huts for his animals? What is he worked for animal rights. He made sure they made he was the first one, I guess, who worked for animal rights. So he said, this is what gave him Kol HaKavod Hazeh, all this witness. He realized it was from the animals. And everyone knows the picture of Eli Lapian giving the cat milk. No, Saraya, you should be like these old ladies have 25 cats. No, he had Gili Eliyahu. He wasn't running around looking for cats to feed. But if he had Hakoras Hatov, they had a lot of mice over there. It says, I think it says in the book. And they got rid of all the mice. He was having Hakoras Hatov to the cat. So the thing, what's this Hakoras Hatov to the cat? The cat's it's for you, but what does it really mean? So I wanted to say that Yaakov Avinu went back for Pachim Ketanim, so you see, it was chashuv to him, his things. Whatever Hashem gives you is exactly what it's supposed to have. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't hit the water, the Sfardei Akinim, he didn't want to hit the ground because he buried the Mitzri in the ground. So I want to say, I think that the pshat is, when you're thanking an inanimate object, it's like you got a present from the king. You got a present from this table, who gave it to you? The Baruch Shalom gives you everything. Or the thing is a shliach, to help you, whatever it is, the mind. He didn't get the water, but he got. Actually, if you really if you have that proper zakah, of course you're going to be thinking about the Rebbeinu Shalom. What else is the guy thinking? The guy's thinking, I thank the floor, and then he walks away. I had my Hakoras Hatov. So I want to say, like a guy running on the street spitting pepita. You're using the street. It's for you to realize the Hakoras Hatov. If you don't practice the Hakoras Hatov on the inanimate object, you're never going to say, oh, I got this from. I just wanted to say that. Or Rabbi said the aim of your Eichlin is shot from Dessler is that it's because to have covered for the food. That is to have Hakoras Hatov for the food. You treat food with respect. not because the law, it's not nice, it's going to step on the food and whatever. So I just want to say that how far Hakoras Hatov goes, the chain is as strong as its weakest link. So what does that mean? That means anything you get, really, you got a coffee, that guy gave you the coffee, helped you learn that day. This floor you walked on, you didn't trip, now I'm able to learn. I didn't hurt myself. So really, you have to think 25 things, much more than just what you see. From Thanksgiving, we came to America once a year, and what happened the whole year? How are you alive? Why are you thinking about that? There's no time. What do you mean? Because you make it play football every single day of the year, like you do on Thanksgiving. That's the yontif. So I want to say a practical thing. I heard Rabbi Kayla say, he said that Rachel called her son Yosef, Asaf Hashem Eschapasi, Yehuda. What was that? That was mentioning Hakoras Hatov every single time you called your kid. And he said, Hakoras Hatov, Rabbi Dan Segal stayed by Rabbi Berry from Suki and Berry. So he stayed by him. Rabbi Dan Segal said, I thanked every day Hashem that we had such a good view outside of your house. He spoke it out. Speak it out. A guy's walking in the street, instead of going on his own 3 minutes, think. You're walking peacefully, you're in a nice neighborhood, there's only a few Arabs right outside the building, and they're not there anymore. Whatever. So it's almost ending. He said, we know if you're kaifah b'tavasha shel a person, you're kaifah tavasha shel hamakom. And that's the same thing with kibbut aim. What's the whole thing of kibbut aim? It's to practice to get you to have the proper covenant for Hashem. And I just wanted to say that by Abraham, Rabbi Kayla said by Abraham Avinu, whenever a guy would come and say thank you to him, he would tell him, what do you thank me? Thank Hashem. So someone else. So what happened to the guy that didn't say thank you to him? How did he give him a shmooze? He only played this trick on the guy when he thanked him. So if you didn't thank a person, you're b'chlal not a mensch. You can't start, thank the Rebbeinu Shalom. Like what Shaykhis? You don't see the Rebbeinu Shalom, you don't feel it. You're so far. First, and that's how you see all the down. I reading in books, you see that someone did them a taiva, they were indebted them for the whole life. Why? Because all the chain of their ruchnis, this helped them. Imagine a guy gave a pen to a girl to write a Chidush Torah for one day. 50 years later, he'll still have a Hakoras Hatov because it's nitzchias, is what he gave him. And hopefully, this if we have the proper Hakoras Hatov, we'll be properly happy, won't be complaining against it. We don't have time to complain. If your person's properly marked, I'll call Nashima Nashima to Halakha. When I started thinking about this Hakoras Hatov was when my cousin got into an accident. I said it's a different time, but when he got into an accident, I was thinking like he's making Hakoras Hatov for not flying out of the car and getting killed. We never got into the accident. You call your wife, everything's okay. Sometimes there's stories, his whole family got killed and who knows where. Call Baruch Hashem. Think about it. Think, it's normal, so I don't think about it. Don't be normal. Go ahead.